Hey guys, welcome to the HVAC Diaries. It has been such a long time since my last diary entry. The last one was back in November last year, just before I went back to my final level of Refrigeration School. And I had full intentions of coming back right after I wrote my final exam in February, which I passed, by the way. I'm now a fully licensed refrigeration mechanic, Red Seal. But I didn't realize how burnt out I was from making these weekly vlogs for you guys. And I think I know the reason why. I think it's because I was using this 360 camera as my main camera. And while it is still the best camera I've ever used, there is no other camera that can do what it does. It has incredible dynamic capabilities that no other camera has. There's a whole big step involved in getting usable footage for my vlogs from it that just took hours and hours and hours. So now I have a GoPro, which is more of a point and shoot camera, which will eliminate one massive step in my vlog editing, and it's going to save me a bunch of time. So I really missed you guys. I missed making vlogs. So now I hope that I can do them more often for you. Probably not on a weekly basis like I was before, but I'm hoping to make some monthly vlogs for you because I missed you guys so much. In the last few months, I have been making a ton of content for Instagram and TikTok. So I do have some videos on this 360 camera to make a little vlog for you today to show you some HVAC adventures from the last 6 or 7 months. Unfortunately, they're not very consistent. Some jobs I took lots of videos. Some jobs I took only one short video. So this vlog is not going to be like one that I've made in the past. I'm not going to explain too much of the jobs because I don't have a lot of footage for them. So I'll put together something that is a lot more fun and kind of quick for this vlog, this comeback vlog. What I would like to mention is watching videos back from this camera over the last 6 or 7 months just made me realize how helpful and how patient my dad and my brother are to work with. And I just really appreciate that, and I just want to acknowledge that. So if you're ready for a few HVAC adventures, let's go. I hope you enjoy. Starting off strong with a few water source heat pump units that we replaced. Not a whole lot to comment on here other than we've got a little bit of a system now where each one of us does their jobs that they like to do and are good at. I tend to do a lot of the wiring, so I'll do the electrical. Sometimes there's an electrical whip that goes from the old unit onto the new one, and I always do the control cables. A lot of these units are located in really tricky or challenging spaces. Those ceiling spaces above the ceiling tiles where no one can see, they're always just so busy. There's so much mechanical stuff going on that we have to work around. But I do like the process of replacing these units, so they're a decent job to do. And I have spoken about it many times, but the star of the show is always the pneumatic genie lift. Sometimes these jobs go super smoothly, and then other times they do not.
Oh dear. That doesn't look good, yes. Oh, mind you. Might be going there.
Nope. No. Bottom one. Let's try the bottom one. Do these come in four feet?
No, that's the longest.
That's not gonna work.
Oh God. Okay, so we can't even do that.
We had to extend the water lines on that unit, which really sucked. And this unit, look at it. Look at all the space around it. What a dream come true. This unit was tricky because of the glass partitioning just above the door. But up in the ceiling space, it was nice and clear and open. Some more wiring for you.
Reconfiguring the blower direction is usually my dad's job, but I've started doing this recently. And I think this is the last of the water source heat pump units I'm going to talk about today. Next up is condenser fan motors. We didn't do too many of these, but I did take a ton of footage of this particular job. We had to replace the blade and the motor, and the capacitor, and the contactor as well on this unit. We replaced a number of blower motors as well. And I really hope I don't jinx myself here by saying this, but I've had the best luck, the absolute best luck with getting blower wheels and blades off.
Really? That was easy enough, eh? No.
The belly bands around the motors are a little bit of a different story. I have to usually fight with those, but I get them done. This blower motor is inside a water source heat pump unit, which I struggled with.
Ooh. Oh, come on, girl.
I left this job with a bunch of cuts on my arm because of this unit.
There we go. There we go, there we go.
But I left feeling triumphant after getting it done by myself. I think the trick with these blower wheels is just to talk to them really nicely before.
Yes, she will.
See how easy that was?
Okay. When it's in. Okay, let's go, girl. Let's go, girl.
A little bit of self-pep talk goes a long way. Up next is a different kind of blower motor.
All right, question of the day. Is it going to come out nice and easily for me, or are we going to fight? Just be easy. Oh my gosh. Like butter. Oh my goodness.
During this job, I was particularly missing making vlogs, so I wanted to do a long-form vlog type video for Instagram and TikTok. So I did a lot of talking, but into my phone, so that I didn't have to go and do that editing on my 360 later on. So I was facing away and talking to my phone a lot. And this job was a particularly hard struggle for me, but I got it done! Here's another blower motor inside a water source heat pump unit, but this time I didn't cut my arm as badly. It was a pretty easy motor to pull out, thankfully, so less pep talking this time. And yet another beautiful blower wheel removal.
Awesome.
I might actually put together a longer vlog about these water source heat pump unit blower motor replacements, just because I do have a lot of footage from these jobs because I was doing something with my camera at the time, so I've got the footage to make the videos if I want to. I did a whole bunch of different condenser and evaporator coil cleanings, which is one of my favorite jobs to do. It's just so satisfying. And I am still rocking all of the new Calgon products, so I'll keep mentioning those as I use them. Like the turbo tank here, which is just on the ground, and it's got a long hose. It's a super portable pressure washer with a good amount of pressure, but not too much pressure. It's just the best washing coils on a rooftop on a nice sunny day. Especially those super dirty coils where you can see immediately the effects of the work that you're doing. You can just see that dirt flowing right off the coil. It's the best. This particular job, I used the regular pressure washer because we had access to power and water on this particular roof. This coil cleaning was quite recent, and it was such a tough day for me. I ran into so many snags, like my hose was just too short to reach, So I had to make a plan and improvise, and I got it done, but it was not an easy one. Got my little New Calgon hand pump going again. This coil is a microchannel coil, which shouldn't take any chemicals, but we were there the day before rinsing it out with water, and it just was not good enough. These coils are packed with not sawdust, but actual dust from the wood that they produce here at the sawmill. And so we went in there the next day with a chemical to see if we could help it even more. I got to replace some defrost timers over the last few months. This one was for a walk-in cooler that the evaporator completely froze over and then started leaking everywhere and was a big mess. And this one was actually pretty cool because the timer that I pulled out, you could physically see the cogs of the timer clock that had worn away. And so there was no place for the teeth to grab anymore, so it wasn't spinning. And this defrost timer was for a pizza prep cooler that pretty much the same thing. The evaporators totally froze over, they leaked overnight, and it was a big mess. This timer is quite different to the one that I replaced in the previous video. And as you can see, it's in a super convenient location. I'm so glad that I'm small and can fit my head and shoulders right in there. We looked at an ice storage container bin thing. Unfortunately, on this particular one, the compressor had died, and the client decided that it wasn't worth his time or money to get it replaced or fixed. So we just diagnosed it and walked away. We worked on a lot of ice machines over the last few months, and again, don't have very many videos of them because they're quite boring and hard to get videos of.
Just be careful with the...
I will say that pretty much every ice machine we work on, we put through a cleaning cycle because every one of them is so gross. This was one of the most exciting and interesting jobs we did in the last few months. We did some maintenance on a cooling tower at an office building. I took a lot of videos on this job, so I might do a longer vlog on this, but it was pretty gross. I got to go inside there all dressed up in my hazmat suit and pulled out a lot of sludge. But I did get a lot of very cool videos, and I might complain about being in that gross cooling tower, but I thoroughly enjoyed doing this job. That was day one, and then the very next day we returned, and I got to do it all over again. This time I was wearing yellow gloves and a yellow bow in my hair. Did more power washing inside, removed more sludge from inside. And then I also got to do a bit of work on the motor shaft, which is what my brother was working on the day before when I was inside the cooling tower. Basically, we sanded off all of the rusty spots and then thoroughly cleaned the entire shaft with this acetone, which, oh my goodness, it removed all of the nail polish that I was wearing that day. Yep. And then we resealed the shaft with this sealant from New Calgon. It's actually called pan spray. But overall, I really enjoyed doing this job. Another really interesting job we did this year was a ductless split installation at a community house. We installed 5 units there. And if I remember correctly, I think we did this job in April, so working in the attic space wasn't terrible.
I think let's feed the last 2 lines because then I can close up the top and work down.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna start getting the line sets ready. We will probably start feeding them down in about 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
Do you want me to phone you again when we're ready to start sending it down?
Yeah. Just make sure we've got it. Which one are you going to send down now?
3-8.
The white one or the black one? The white one, eh?
Why?
White.
Because we've got the 25 footer connected to the other line here. We've got everything set up inside the attic now. Like you're holding prickly like a line set.
Don't you be so rude.
It's still crusty.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you want her to come?
On your right.
My right. Got it.
So flat to left, okay? Just bring it down and just wait a second. I need to mark it.
No problem. Okay. Here she comes.
Which one are we doing first?
Big. 3/8.
Okay, just hold on one second.
Hold on. Oh. Okay, here we come.
It was really awkward up there, but I'm so glad there were 3 of us to get it all done together. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? And then I got to spend some time wiring up the outdoor units. We had 2 outdoor units to 5 indoor heads. Ow! Crap. Hit my elbow on the thing. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. 3 of our units had condensate pumps installed on them. Cute. Damn. I remember the cable for this unit was so close. Almost didn't make it to the end, but we just had enough. Went back outside to the outdoor unit to get more wiring done. And that's all I have for you on this particular job. I had one single random video of this air dryer that we found a refrigerant leak on. So we cut out the flexible pipe and piped in a rigid pipe and got rid of the leak. We did a bunch of other random jobs on rooftop units and coolers and freezers and all of that. This one was a contactor that I replaced, and always gotta pretend to throw the part away over my shoulder. This was a little reach-in cooler on a catering truck where the compressor was dead, and luckily for us it was just the starting components that needed to be replaced. And once I replaced those, the little compressor fired up right away, so we're all very pleased about that. This unit is for a reach-in beer cooler at a liquor store that just wasn't getting cold enough. We suspected a refrigerant leak on this unit, so before we did anything, before we opened up the system, we started with a leak test. But we found no refrigerant leaks. But just as we suspected, we did find the system slightly low on refrigerant. Here's another random cooler we found all frozen up. Oh, please don't snap, please don't snap. Oh, yes. Yes. Perfect. Wonderful.
You get to the suction pipe.
And the last job of this vlog is a really interesting one. This is a mulcher machine that we found at a plastics recycling place. There's a chiller on there that keeps the conveyor belt and the mulcher wheel cool. And it had a super dirty condenser coil, which we cleaned, which was very tricky, but we got her done. And look how interesting this machine is. This is probably one of the most interesting pieces of equipment we have worked on so far.
Thank you so much for joining me on this comeback edition of the HVAC Diaries HVAC vlog. I'm excited to come back and make content for you guys. So I hope that you are still with me, and I look forward to hanging out with you guys more. See ya. I'm still working with a bunch of